We are on day 4. Day 2 and 3, you wrote your rough draft. Now on day 4, we're going to really edit it and be like super critical. Click on the start button. Click on Word. And then you're looking for video game rough draft. Click on it. Once that pops open, the name of the game is Mean, Mean, Mean. What you want to do is you want to read your story out loud. Listen to how it sounds. Read each and every word you see on the screen. Sometimes kids want to get the task over with, and then they'll just read what they meant to say, not what they actually put on the screen. Take your time, be critical, and read what you wrote. If it does not sound correct, go back, change it. That's what this is for. You can double click, you can delete. So when you're done, have someone else read it and have them do the same thing. Make them really read it carefully. And if it does not sound right, take the time to fix it so you get better and better. And as you continue to practice, each week you're going to find you have less fixes. All right, let's see. It says, Apples to Apples is an extremely fun game where people play cards together. It is not your normal card game, though. I'm going to change normal. Double click on it, right click. Let's go to synonyms. Usual, standard. I like standard card game, though. First, you need to have the right amount of players. The minimum amount of players is 3. But a game with only 3 players is boring. The best type of apples to apples game is when you have 6 or more players. You will find out why as you continue reading. The type of player, and I don't think I actually addressed that. The type of player is important as well. A great apples to apples player is funny, smart, and observant. Each player starts out with the same amount of green cards. The rules say to start with 5, but if you are among friends, agree to start with any amount of green cards the group wants. There we go. These particular cards have adjectives on them. The adjectives can be pretty or ugly or even slimy. It is a big collection of these types of words. I don't like that sentence. I'm getting rid of it. Extra. There are also red cards. These particular cards have nouns on them. The nouns can be famous people, famous locations, and even simple things like a couch. Okay. To begin with, the group picks one person to start. That person flips over one red card. Every other person looks through their green adjective cards. They are trying to find the perfect card to match that noun card. I'm going to change that to that red, comma, noun card. For example, if I flipped a card, a red card, I'm trying to make this clear, with Jesse Ventura on it, you might put down a green card like smart, strong, or flamboyant. These are all words that could describe that person. Once all the players put down an adjective card, hidden. I'm going to get rid of hidden because I explain that later on. The person who is first will flip them over and decide which adjective is the most fitting for the noun. It is solely their decision. If another player disagrees, that does not matter. The reason you want to play with 6 or more players is the variety in responses in played green cards. Games that only have 3 players will have 2 green adjectives to choose from. After a few rounds, this gets boring and simple. The fun increases as the amount of players increase. Period. Here's the important part to remember, comma. If you know the players at the table, excuse me, players at the table closely. You will do well. Back to the Jesse Ventura example. I have always loved watching, you gotta be careful, professional wrestling. Jesse Ventura is a former professional wrestler. I love him. If you were to put down the card that said extraordinary or fantastic, I am more apt to pick your card. People who put down the card silly or dumb would not get picked by me. The object of the game is to be the person who has their green adjective cards picked the most. If you do, you win. Strategy is important, and knowing the other players helps immensely. Some players like relancers, and others prefer you to put down a really funny green adjective card. The funnier, the better. The most important advice that one could give for the game, though, is to have fun. Apples to Apples is a great party game that can provide hours of entertainment. Good. So now you will come and have someone read it and be very, very critical and say, fix this, do that. This sounds a little awkward. You might want to change. So make sure you listen to them and actually fix their changes. Once you do, go to the top, click File, Save As, click Essays. Change the word rough to the word final. It should say Video Game Final Draft or Game Final Draft. Come back to your assignment. Go to the very bottom, click Add Submission. Go to the very bottom, click Add Your File. Upload a file, browse for your file. And we're looking for Final Draft, Game Final Draft. Click Open, click Upload this file. If you are a superstar and did it correctly, you will see a picture of the file right about here, and all you have to do is click Save Changes to turn it in. There we go.